Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm going to start this off with what I was thinking about, I guess, during the middle of the night, last night or early morning. Have you ever felt like, well, have you ever been in a situation when you're out in the countryside, okay, going through, it's just, mainly, there aren't any buildings, any stores, it's just mainly ranches, stuff like that, and it's on a highway with no medium, no shoulder, and it's pitch dark, and on top of it there's a lot of fog, and you're driving down there. I've had that happen, not on purpose. I wasn't purposefully, when I was younger, but I also had happened that whole thing of the actual deer in the headlight more than once out in the country. Oh man, it's scary. It's not kind of scary, it is scary. It was for me way back then. But that's the kind of feeling I've had recently. Okay, pardon me while I lose my voice again. But it's the kind of feeling I've been having that it has been for me for a long while. And suddenly I feel like there has been this, from that darkness, it felt like being in a deep, dark fog. I don't know why I would put it that way, but that's the way I was putting it in my mind. And just recently, it's like suddenly I'm being bright, on a particular topic. So dark to bright. It was a weird way in the middle of the night I put that. I woke up thinking about it, but yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night. I couldn't sleep. It was like probably 3 o'clock or so before I started to fall asleep. And I woke up at 6. So here's the ramblings of a woman that hasn't had much sleep. But that's usually the case. I've been an insomniac for I don't know how many years. But anyway. But some things have come to just to my mind that I'm like, I would have never, like the latest one was, I would have never even thought that. I would never even had any reason to think that, what it was. And then I found out and I'm like, what do I do with that information? Okay, what am I going to do with it? And, there were a few other situations, the same thing, and it involves YouTube. Okay, not necessarily because of YouTube or, it was nothing like against terms of service or something YouTube did. Some of it I'm not even sure about. Okay, and I'm not going to say what it is because I can't even go and, go and test it again. It was so weird. But let me try to get this all together. This isn't easy because like every few sentences I start to lose my voice. My voice goes out. But anyway, pardon all this. But anyway, I don't remember what order all this came in, happened. So anyway, as far as YouTube is, I don't know how many months ago, I guess, well, let me go back to 7 years ago, around 7 years ago. I had made a comment, like I said, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not trying to be mysterious, but I can't really, say if it's this or not, like I said. But around 7 years ago, I said to somebody, I wish somebody would have told me this, somebody on YouTube. And I said, I wish nobody ever even mentioned it, what you should do. Okay. And I was new and all that. And, I said, I just couldn't believe nobody told me. Well, 7 years later, I found out why they may not have told me. See, my voice is going out again. Oh my goodness. What the crap? But, so I found, basically yesterday, I found out, or did something change that made it wasn't anything, like I said, it's not against terms of service or any of that stuff. But it's like, why did it change? Did something else happen? And it had worked for me, and I heard after that, initially I started seeing other people do videos saying you should, you shouldn't, people saying both sides, but not really much on why you shouldn't, but a whole lot of why you should. Okay. And like I said, it's not against terms of service. None of that at all. It's no cheating or, nothing. Okay, there was that. Then, what happened next? I don't know. Okay, that was 7 years ago. More recently, more recently what happened was, okay, I'm trying to put it together in my head. With 3 hours sleep, I'm having a fun time at that. But, well, one of the things was, I noticed, like, other social media was having, like, you know, I noticed all of them. It was like, you know, there weren't that many views, and the views weren't all that long, and not just on YouTube, but other social media. There weren't views, but there wasn't that much activity, and I'm wondering, is it just what I see or don't see? Don't see might be better. You're not recommending. Just didn't see much activity, you know, online. You know, usually you see, if you go to some kind of group or some kind of other social media, any social media, even YouTube, you would see more, you know, people getting a certain amount of views, and it just seemed like that everything was down, going lower and lower for whatever. Not as many posts, not as many videos, not as many views, not as many whatever. Boy, I really, but anyway, so yeah, okay, this is happening. Then I noticed mine took a big downturn. Okay, mine did. I guess it was maybe a couple of years ago. And the only time, well, and then I mentioned this about, I've talked about me doing these stories, and I've actually been doing those for years. But then I decided to take each storyline and put it on a different channel. From what I understand, you have up to like 50 channels. I do not have 50 channels. There's no way. But I put the different storylines on different channels, and no views. Most of them, I would say 90, give or take, %. No views. So there was no promotion, nothing, none. Zilch. Nada. And I look at the impressions, I can't say nada, but I look at the impressions and it's like 2. You know, it's single digit. Maximum would be low double digit. Well, now this channel has that low double digit. And like an hour or so after my video I put up yesterday, it was 2 impressions. 2. I'm like, whoa. You know. Okay, but there's more. Okay, and this went over months of me putting up videos. See, I keep losing my voice. But putting up videos on these different channels, and I tried different ways, different styles, different titles, different, you know, all kinds of differences on various channels to see if anything, any of them, any storyline, any topic, you know, like the one storyline has these kinds of topics, would get anything. Nope. Pretty much no. Nah. Nope. And I was like, wow, that's not how it used to be. It's not at all how it used to be. Whenever I first started my first channel, then this one, and then the one that I put other stuff, just stuff I didn't really care about on, wasn't at all like that. They got watched, they got views. Like, wow, you know, no promotion. Okay, for those channels, it was so weird. And the topics, like some of them I did one every day at a certain time, something like that. And the topics were ones that, yeah, people watch, you know. So months of that. And I was like, okay. And then I started, promoting them on other channels. I mean, not on other channels, but promoting them on other social media platforms. And it was still that they were, you know, even if they were written or something, it was like the time was so low. And I have mentioned that in the past about like to use one of them, Facebook. Why was Facebook always over like 7 years? Everything's 7 years because that's when I started my original channel, 7.5 years ago. But why was it always about the same for certain topics? Like one, it was always 2 minutes. One was 1.5 minutes, and one was 1. The 3 main topics I did back then, you know, did overall. 2 minutes, average for all of them over all those years. Okay, you know, some videos were not, some were, some, yeah. Well, that's one of the things I've kind of figured out too, but I can't. One of the things I can't verify, I guess. More than one, I can't verify any of this. Really, much of it, except for what I can see myself, but I'm still just speculating. Like this other one. Okay, now I can understand why it had all these other ones were not promoted, all these channels, just not, and then I put them on another or other social media platforms, then they would get views. Okay, like if you look at mine right now, the views are like single digits, except if I promote it, it might go up to like 50. Might. Seriously, what is this? Come on. But the impressions are something like single to double digits. And when there used to be, you know, over 1,000 or so, you know, around that I remember each video. Okay, so when I look at it, it says, like hours after I put it up, it says 2 impressions. Wow, and that's some browse too. Wow. Anyway. So, at some point during all of this, pardon me, my voice is really driving me nuts. But at some point during all of this, I did a survey. Okay. I don't know if it's related. I cannot verify at all, of course. But I did a survey, and I answered it honestly. And I answered, where is the promotion? And I wrote, you know, there's little spaces to write stuff. I said, I have more than one channel, and there was no promotion of the videos, if at all. Just like 2 or, you know, like I've just said, all this. And I said, where is the promotion? And I answered the questions honestly. And from what I gather, you know, it's not going to be used against you. So I thought. I cannot verify if it was. But there was one question, I remember this, something about, I thought it said basically, are you going to make more videos and try to build your channel more? And I answered no. I had no intention of I had no intention of making more videos. But it could be, you going to make any more videos, you know, like a different way of saying that same sentence. Like as though I just quit. I'm not going to make any more videos. Or are you going to make more videos? You see what I'm saying? The difference? If that makes any sense at all, yeah. But, and after that, at some point I realized, they're not promoting my videos anymore. They're not, the browse impressions, like I just said, became so low, 2. 2? You know. Oh, I think right now it's up to like 53 total, or 56. I think it's 55 browse. And that's almost, I don't think it's totally 24 hours. No, it's about 12 hours, I'd say, give or take, after the video's been up. 50, 55, somewhere around there. Impressions for browse impressions. Wow. Okay. Now, if I had 55 new subscribers, that would be right. But okay, let's see if I can start it at least to wrap this up. But there were more things like this. I'm like, okay, what is all of this? What is all of this? And one of them was, I had no idea, none at all. And I still could be wrong on this too. That say you have an iPad or your cell phone or cell phones, whatever, different types, and not on desktop, not on your desktop computer, okay, or your laptop computer, but on a cell phone or an iPad or whatever, and you have your Facebook there, or whatever your social media that you have, Twitter, whatever, and you have yourself logged in all the time. It's always there. All you do is click on it and you already have it ready. But instead, you're on one of them, and whichever one, and you see a video pop up, say mine, and you want to watch that video, so you click on that video. Then you try to do like a thumbs up or thumbs down, or leave a comment or whatever it is, maybe, I don't know. And it pops up to log in, okay, to your to your YouTube to log in. Well, you're already logged in to that. So whatever it is, you are logged in. Okay, you're logged in on your whatever social media, and you're also logged in on YouTube. But it says no, that you're not, and or something, and it cuts the video you were watching off, and when you go back, you start over. I didn't know this. I mean, I can't I'm not going to verify it. I'm not going to go back and try it. Well, I did try something on another one. Okay, on a different type. What is the word? Oh my goodness, I do need some sleep bad. I need it bad. But solid sleep. Now, I'm not up every hour or so. But it's a medication I'm on, by the way, that does this. I've been on it for years, and it wakes me up every hour, once every hour. Seriously, it's a blood pressure pill mixed with a diuretic, 24 hour. So anyway, that you didn't need to know that, but yeah, in a way, since I'm always so groggy when I'm doing videos. Anyway, so I'm not going to verify it. I mean, how much effort I have to put in to see, but if it cuts off the video somebody's watching, to me, in my mind, little wonder why that 2-minute average is there. Because some people, when I saw it, yeah, the first time I said, yeah, I don't want that to have to go back out and do all this and now all that. Because I'm already logged in, and I'm already logged in this one. I'm logged in all of them. Anything that I would be using. So that's an issue. It could be. It could be the issue why they're so short. The views over all this time, and did it recently change? Has there been something that, like I said, recently, or has it always been this way? I don't know. There's no way to verify that. So a lot of these things, like I'm saying, I can't verify, and I'm not going to mention every one of them, and what's the whole thing, the whole situation, because I can't verify any of that. Can't verify that the survey, when I answered a question, did the AI say, okay, well, she's not going to make any more videos, so we're not going to promote her videos, so why waste our time? It's an AI. I'm kind of joking here, of course. The AIs don't work that way, or maybe, I don't know. I'm the one programming the AIs. I would think they're plural. What do you think? Okay, but there's several things that came to, that's not all. That is not all. There was a big one, and really, if you look at my channel, I don't have many views up. I mean, many videos up. I put them all on private. At one point, all of my videos were on private. And I've slowly been making some of them public again. I do this usually about every February. When I think about it, I think it's about every February, and sometimes later in the year. But there's some things I found out that I'm like, oh no, oh boy. But I want to change. I thought, I'm going to change my channel up quite a bit, and focus a lot more on dysfunctional families, and try to, and those stories. I have these stories written, I'm telling you, it's spread across all these channels, and because there's no promotion, they just sit there. They do. If I put, it's a lot of work to go and put them on this social media, that social media. Of course I could, but since I have more than one channel, I'm trying to get like at least 2 of them out per day, and I have other things going on in my life. I'm not going to sit there and promote them on each and every one, and then see that some of them, they're only like a minute people watch them. Okay, and then that seems like it messes with the AI, and yeah. But if the AI is not going to promote this channel anymore, and none of my other channels none of them does it really promote the videos. So it's like being ghosted. You know, what do people call it? Shadow banned? Yeah, shadow banned. I always said ghosted by the AI. Like one of my channels, nobody can search for it unless they put quotation marks around it in the old school way of finding something. And then I found out it doesn't work on all of them, because one of my newer channels won't show up. So it's like, wow, there's a lot of different things going on, and I can't verify any of them that it's this or that. I can verify that one of my channels, you cannot find it by its name. You cannot find the channel. Okay, so it's a store, one of those channels, and that's frustrating. And it could be other ones or too. I just haven't looked them up. There's been no reason. That one on my original channel, I found that out. Like, who knows? I don't even really use that channel, and I haven't for probably around 7 years. I just put up every once in a while after, had that crazy copycat woman. Yeah. And got so disgusted with it. But there's other things that I have recently gotten very disgusted with. And you know what? I don't want to be that person. I really don't want to be that person anymore that is like, it really got to me, sort of really truly bugging me, that, some of my videos, if not all of them really, pointing out some bad behaviors. I think people know them by now. Not just by me, but other people doing it too. Lots of other people. And it's usually lather, rinse, repeat, because this stuff does not stop. And it is, in my view, it's increasing, it's worsening, and it's even, in some instances, it's, what is the word I'm looking for? It's promoted. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's it. It's promoted. It might be the right word to put. But anything more on a good, decent kind of thing, nope. I really was thinking about this again this morning, that at some point it's going to be that people are going to say, wow, you mean there really are people like that out there? And it's going to be flipped. It's not going to be, oh, you mean there really are narcissistic or histrionic people out there? It's going to be, oh, they're really good, decent people still around? That's what it's going to be. But I've been saying that for many years, really. But it came up again. I said, yeah, it's worsening. Okay? Evil is promoted. Good is like, that's not dramatic enough. It's not, it doesn't have that spark. It doesn't spark us in any way overall. You see? So, anyway, kind of rambled. And like I said, about 3 hours of sleep. I think I should try again to get some sleep. Maybe. I have to, about 30 minutes took me delivering groceries, but man, goodness, I ordered a bunch of stuff. It wasn't a bunch of stuff. It was not even, I'd say maybe it was around $150 worth of groceries. And now it's down to 100 because things weren't available. One time recently we ordered, and it was half was available. Half of what we ordered on the app, half of it was delivered. We were charged only for that half. Of course, they're not charging us for what they don't have. And I used to say, all during the time that we were having our stuff, since early 2020 delivered, we had some a little bit before then. But the average was around 70 to maybe 80% of what we would order would actually arrive at our home, was found. And it's not like we order some really weird or really, we ordered regular stuff, and but now it's around 50%. The last few times. Actually, it was one I knew it was 50%, but the other ones I was saying, yeah, it's wow. Anyway, wrapping this up. I thought I'd throw a little real life in there. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.